Good afternoon. Right now at noon, Hermine storming ashore in Florida, making landfall at about 1:30 this morning in the Panhandle, just east of St. Mark's, the first hurricane to hit Florida in more than 10 years.
And now the cleanup is underway all over North Florida after Hermine hit, bringing heavy rain that caused flooding in many parts of our state, including Tampa, St. Petersburg, and other coastal areas. Hermine has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but now people in Georgia and the Carolinas are feeling the effects. Right now, you're looking at live pictures this noon in Charleston, South Carolina. Just look at that camera shaking in the wind.
Now, millions of people under a storm threat as a tropical storm watch has been extended all the way northeast, including New York City.
And as we just mentioned, Hermine has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but overnight, heavy rain and lots of wind hitting parts of our state, this being the first hurricane to hit Florida in more than a decade. Wind ripping through in Tallahassee, flooded streets all throughout Cedar Key, and water reaching doorsteps in Hernando Beach. Hurricane Hermine making landfall overnight, wreaking havoc across parts of Florida. Hermine became the first hurricane to hit Florida in 11 years. The eye of the storm moving through just east of St. Mark's at around 1:30 a.m. Winds reaching up to 80 miles per hour. It was a brutal night for many who saw water creeping into their homes, down power lines, debris in the streets. In Tallahassee, more than 100,000 customers reported losing power as winds and rain struck the city. Hermine downgraded to a tropical storm as it heads toward Georgia and the Carolinas. But still a word of warning to residents in northern Florida, as there's still a threat of an additional 10 inches of rainfall in some parts.
We're asking the public to please, if you can, stay home. It's not an emergency. This is not a time to be out sightseeing to see what the damage did. I know people are interested in that stuff, but it really hampers us, and it's an unsafe environment right now.
So Hermine now moving through Georgia and the Carolinas. Like we mentioned, it has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but we're still talking about wind speeds up to 50 miles per hour, and there's still that threat of some isolated tornadoes.
All right, Janice. In fact, let's take you back right now to some of those live pictures. Again, this is Charleston, South Carolina, where that camera is really shaking, and you can see all those white caps, lots of rain and wind to come in that area. And cleanup is underway right now. Now that Hermine has moved right through Florida, the storm brought, as we said, rains, a lot of strong winds, knocked down some trees and power lines, too, to thousands of people. Local 10 News reporter Glenna Milberg is in our newsroom now with a look at some of that damage coming into us here.
Christy, this time it was small town and small city Florida that was hit, and Hermine left some significant damage there. Really no widespread catastrophe, but we learned today that there has been a human toll. And so before we go there, I want to show you back to those live pictures where Hermine is headed now. You know, Charleston is such a marina town. Their barrier island, they're so low lying, and you can see the camera shaking in the wind, but really this is going to be a water story for them too. So as we watch where Hermine is going, let's take you back to where it has been.
A number of people obviously concerned about trees having collapsed on their homes, on their property, down power lines, as I mentioned before. We want folks to, as best they can, stay off our roadways.
Tallahassee's mayor is just one, amplifying the warnings. The storm has passed, but the after effects pose real dangers. Standing water and down live wires especially, and road debris and damage.
Quite candidly, this is one of the worst that we've seen in the city in a long time.
Hermine's landfall at St. Mark's and the strong northwest quadrant means the hardest hit areas are along the Gulf Coast. Storm surges to 9 feet on parts of the coast. About 253,000 power outages are reported in a dozen counties toward the north and west, including the state's capital, from where Governor Rick Scott spoke this morning.
Do not drive in standing water. Stay away from down power lines. There's going to be a lot of debris, including uprooted trees and fallen limbs. Do not travel on the roads until they are clear and it's safe to do so.
Governor Scott revealed a homeless man was killed near Ocala. He'd been sleeping in a tent near a gas station when a tree fell on him.
And so as Florida looks back, South Carolina looking ahead, this is again a look at Charleston from that camera high up, where they are battening down for what is a tropical storm, but a windy, potentially damaging one at that. As for Florida, there are 31 state parks closed, and what is left of the storm is actually going to continue. It's expected to bring some tidal surges as much as 10 feet along the coast, and so the entire East Coast right now is on alert for Hermine. I'm Glenna Milberg in the newsroom. Christy, Janice, back to you.
Well, thank you, Glenna. And Tropical Storm Hermine, it's now making its way up the southeast coast. Hermine is kicking up waves and dropping heavy amounts of rain along the Georgia coast. This was the scene just moments ago in Savannah, Georgia. And people in South Carolina, they were seen preparing for Hermine's arrival. People packed grocery stores, just stocking up on food and on water. A tropical storm warning was issued for the entire South Carolina coast. They are definitely feeling the effects of the storm right now, and quite a brutal night for our friends up in North Florida.
Definitely. So where is Hermine right now? Let's check in with our meteorologist, Jennifer Correa. She has the latest advisories for us.
Hi, Christy and Janice. Well, Hermine is picking up speed rapidly, and the center is still over Georgia, but it's about to get into South Carolina by early this afternoon. So in about an hour and a half, it should be getting into that southeastern portion of South Carolina. Now, this is infrared satellite, but there's definitely already a lot of heavy rain going on across the Carolinas as we speak. As you know, on the east side of the storm, that's where we usually get the worst of the impacts, and that's where the heaviest rainfall has been with Tropical Storm Hermine. As of 11 a.m., the maximum sustained winds are at 50 miles per hour. It's still pretty strong for a tropical storm, so gusts could be as high as 60 miles per hour. Now, it is still forecasted to continue to track towards the northeast by tonight, crossing already much of the coast to the east side of South Carolina, and still expected to remain as a tropical storm as it enters North Carolina, then quickly pushing away from the mid-Atlantic coast by Saturday afternoon. Still as a tropical storm, and then it should weaken into an extratropical system. But either way, there are tropical storm warnings in yellow extending along the southeast coast, even all the way up to the Delmarva area, and then in the green, those are the tropical storm watches. Now, I mentioned the rain. You could definitely see it on the radar, and it's actually extending down into central, west central parts of Florida as well. It's almost like an elongated trough too, but so far that heavy rainfall is staying away from here in South Florida. Elsewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, we then have to keep our eyes on a tropical wave. It will have that 20% chance for formation in the next 5 days, so it's still low. That's some good news. So far, as we close off the week here in South Florida, it's pretty cloudy right now, but we should see peaks of sunshine and breezy conditions for today. We'll see a lot more sunshine heading into our Saturday, which I'll have more details on that coming up.
Okay, thanks so much. And of course, Local 10 hurricane specialist Max Mayfield, along with our chief certified meteorologist Betty Davis, will have the very latest on Hermine beginning at 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can also find the latest on the storm online at local10.com. Just click on our Tracking the Tropics. It's right there on our homepage.